Hello, Internet people. It's Lloyd from Historic Outdoors. This is a different video, but I ain't got much to do today. So you're probably wondering, where the hell are you? What are you doing? Well, it is December 27th, which means it's cold. And, well, in Canada, if you want to own a house, that means that for a good one, you're going to spend about $500,000 on it. And if you can't afford $500,000, you've been saving for half a lifetime, and all you can afford is a $100,000 house. Well, you better have some skills, because when the pipes freeze, you're going to be doing stuff like this. So my next door neighbor, she's up in Ontario visiting family, as one does. And she didn't leave her taps dripping. You should leave your taps dripping if you've got an old house. Because if you don't, when you come home, your pipes will break. But this one wasn't really her fault. We live in a community where there's a couple dozen houses, and they're all using the same pump. And the pump broke, so we were without water for a few days. And that means that there was no water in our line. And there's a heat tape on these pipes, and it got too hot and it melted her pipe a little bit. And then when they fixed the pump, the melted pipe didn't have enough rigidity to handle the pressure, so the pipe broke. Might have been ice, but I doubt it. And so we are doing a $10 quick fix in the cold, trying to get your hands to work because it's cold. And in a perfect world, this would be done very differently. But I am not a plumber. And this is, like I say, a $10 quick fix instead of a multi-hundred or $1,000 plumber call. As you can see, I'm struggling with the cold here. Getting my pipe clamp on. There you have it. So the moral of the story is, communal pumps are not necessarily a good thing. Okay, we got to open our pipe clamp up here. You know what? This is the piece that I cut out. You can see the heat tape melted it. So that's trash. I'm going to spin my pipe clamp open because it's too tight right now to go over the plastic pipe. And I bought 4 of these because they're garbage these days. They used to be about 39 cents, but we live in Canada, so they're now about $3.90. But that's what happens when your elites are trying to trash your economy by funding all their European pet projects. Okay, so get my light here. Well, it looks like we got her on. Look at that. Okay, so all I've done is I've taken a little plastic male connector, and I'm going to put that on really tight if this pipe clamp doesn't break, which they often do. And it's just got like a worm gear in there, and it tightens it up. But if you over tighten, the worm gear will break, and then your pipe will leak. So I guess that's about as far as we dare to go. And hopefully it doesn't leak. So now, I'm going to go fishing in our pocket here. We've got to get another pipe clamp, but pipe clamps are in another pocket. See, if you're a professional, you know where all your stuff is, but we're just trying to get her done here. But then professionals cost professional money. Yeah, so little pipe clamp. Take the sticker off. So now, put the pipe clamp over the other end. Put the pipe on. And hopefully it doesn't leak. Get her tightened up here. Put my leg back. So yeah, community pump. That's why communism didn't work, right? Because if everybody's got a tractor and my tractor breaks down, well, I borrow somebody else's tractor, or I rent a tractor, or lease a tractor, and then my harvest gets harvested. Whereas when the community owns a tractor, when the tractor breaks down, everybody starves. So say what you like about the capitalist system, there's not a lot of skinny people. Yeah, I think I just broke my pipe clamp, but maybe that's what happens when you're working in the dark. All right. So last time this happened, I was smart and I installed a shutoff valve here at the wellhead. All right, so when I turn it on, I don't see any leaking. That's a good sign. And so now I got to rewrap it with this heat tape. I'm going to put my screwdriver away so I don't accidentally stab myself with it. That would be fun, wouldn't it? And one of the things I noticed about my heat tape here, there's all kinds of plugins under here, and you should see some of the crap. These extension cords from the dollar store, great way to burn your house down. Look at that. You know, that's not fucking good. So this is an actual extension cord. It's not much better, but I think there's some mud in the end of it because the ground goes in fine, and I can stick one prong in and the other prong doesn't go in. So got this dauber here for doing leather work. Try to dig some of the mud out of her. It's a good idea to, if you're going to dig mud out of an extension cord under a house next to a bunch of water, probably a good idea to turn the power off, or make sure your extension cord's not plugged in. But anyway, $10 fix, 10 minutes, and we can plug the heat tape back in. So now all we got to do is rewrap the pipe with the heat tape, and then put the pipe lagging back on, put some zip ties on that. Some guys use electrical tape, but when things go wrong, it's a whole lot easier to cut the zip ties off. So yeah, if you live in Canada or anywhere else where it's cold and you can't afford a $500,000 house, you have to buy an old one. Might not be a bad idea to develop some old school skills, or at least have a friendly neighbor that does. because you might be doing stuff like this, crawling under a house in freezing temperatures to fix your pipes when they break. And if you don't want that to happen, when it gets cold, leave your taps dripping just a little bit. And the water will move through, and there might be some ice form in the pipes, but when you turn them on full blast, that ice will come shooting right out. And you won't have to do stuff like this. You won't have to have broken pipes. It's a lot harder if your pipes are copper to fix them. Hard to say what kind of mess you'll get in owning an old house, but I guess you're lucky to have a house in this day and age, because if the people in charge get their way, none of us will own anything. We'll all be a bunch of medieval peasants again. So anyway, that's all we got for today. Keep your stick on the ice, as the man would say.